A plane needs a runway to take off. It has to build momentum as it shoots down a straight asphalt surface. Once it obtains the right speed, it can begin to ascend. After that, the sky is the limit, pun intended. If you're a personal brand builder, you might be trying to monetize your audience through coaching and courses. If you're not selling enough of these to pay your bills, it means you're on the ground still trying to take off, but you just can't ever seem to get traction or gain momentum. You essentially don't know where the runway is that you need to travel down in order for your business to take off so that you can make enough money to pay your bills and to reinvest to grow even more. Today, we're going to illuminate that runway for you. There are actually 4 critical stops along the runway that you must hit before you gain enough speed and you can proverbially take off to the next level. Stop number 1 on the runway is to dial in your offer. So a standard grilled cheese sandwich, not that sexy on its own. But if you were selling them at 1 a.m. outside of a Grateful Dead concert as it got out, you would be swarmed and you would sell out. This is the idea of finding a starving crowd to sell your offer to. So if you're already doing sales calls, but nobody's buying, chances are your offer is not good enough. Same thing if people are hitting your landing page, but they're not buying your book or your course, your offer needs some work. Your offer is the last thing that leaves your lips on a sales call before a prospect can say yes and pay your invoice. It's that critical moment. Are you going to make the sale or not? That makes all the difference in your business. So putting a lot of effort into finding the right offer is the first thing for you to nail. Instead of creating something generic that nobody wants and then busting your ass trying to market it, spend more time creating something unique and extremely valuable, and your job of marketing will be so much easier. All right, stop number 2 on your runway is social proof. Do you ever go to restaurants that have no reviews? Do you go to restaurants that have reviews that are like 2 or 3 stars? I personally don't, and I don't buy products on Amazon that don't have 4 or more stars either. Social proof is a huge way that we make decisions whether we realize it or not. So once you've dialed in your offer, the second thing to do is make sure it works. Go out and test it on some people, even if you don't charge them anything, and just ask them for a testimonial if you're able to get them the result. I recommend doing this for at least 3 people. That way you can, first of all, make sure that what you're selling is worth the money, but also have that social proof on your landing page or to talk to a prospect about on a sales call that's going to help them feel comfortable making a decision to buy with you. All right, after you've dialed in your offer and you've obtained that first set of initial social proof, stop number 3 on your runway is to generate cash flow. One thing I loved from Alex Hormozi's book, $100 Million Offers, was what he calls the sales to fulfillment continuum. So on one side of the continuum, you have an offer that is really easy to sell, but hard to fulfill. And on the other side, you have an offer that's really hard to sell, but easy to fulfill. If you helped people lose weight and you literally moved into their house and made all their meals and knocked on their bedroom door at 6 a.m. to take them to go work out, and you did everything for them, that would be really valuable, but it would be really difficult for you to fulfill. You couldn't scale. On the other hand, if you put all your wisdom into a digital course, those are a dime a dozen, harder to sell, but there's zero work if you sell one because the fulfillment happens automatically. Understanding where you should live on this continuum in the early days is really important. And what Hormozi recommends is that you choose an offer that's all the way on the end where it is easy to sell, but hard to fulfill. You want to be telling your prospects about your offer and they're like, wow, I get all that for just this price. Then what happens is you get clients and you generate cash flow. So you have money coming into your business and you have a feedback loop on how you can make your program better because people are actually going through it. That will solve your initial money problem, but now you have a problem of over-delivering and not being able to scale. So now we go to stop number 4 on the runway, which is adding friction. So right now, you're working with clients, you're making money, but you're working your ass off. You're too busy to do what you need to be doing to scale. So it's time to add some friction to your offer. For example, I first was a real estate investing coach. I helped my clients buy their first rental properties. With my earliest clients, I looked at every single deal with them. It was so chaotic. They'd be like, Brian, I got a new lead. Do you have time to jump on a quick call today? And I'd say, sure. And we'd hop on a call and I would help them analyze it and decide if they should make an offer and what the offer should be. After doing that enough times, I was like, this is crazy. I've got to just create a spreadsheet that does this for them. And so I built a spreadsheet that had all the formulas where they could just input 3 or 4 numbers and it would spit out what they should offer for that property. I made a training video to show them how to use the spreadsheet. And then that one job that I was doing was removed. And then now I had more time. I could make another YouTube video or a podcast to grow my audience and get more clients, do the stuff that I needed to be doing. And I was able to still sell that coaching program for the same price. Nobody didn't sign up because I was no longer manually analyzing all the deals with them. And so what I did is I added some friction to the offer, like, hey, I'm taking away something that is valuable where I would be involved. Is it still worth this price? The goal is to add as much friction as possible while keeping the price the same. And most importantly, keeping the value the same for the client. They should be getting the result just as often as they would when you are involved. And this is where you productize yourself. You put your teaching moments into digital form. You create checklists and templates, things that you create at one time and it can work for you over and over and over again. And when you productize yourself, you remove the one-on-one element of your offer little by little until you're not giving a ton of your time to deliver your offer. This is when you can take off, okay? When you are getting clients and it's not taking a ton of your time, you can reinvest that time into marketing and growing your audience. Obviously, you have taken off and you can go higher and higher. I changed up my main offer within the last few months. So this is the stop that I'm currently at. I'm still in the weeds, working with a bunch of clients one-on-one to help them write their client getting books. As I work with more and more clients, I'm making more trainings and more processes that I can hand off for them to follow and gradually take myself out of doing all the heavy lifting with them. But I'm not really in a rush to get out of that. I want to stay in it as long as I need to make a damn good program. So there's no shame in being at whatever stop you're at. It's about knowing where you are, owning it, and checking that box. A lot of people will get hung up on stop number 2, where they have to obtain social proof. They're just like, I don't want to reach out to anyone. I don't want to do this for free. And so they'll just tinker around with things forever. They'll never get down that runway. So just remember, knowing where you are in this process is crucial so you can tick these boxes in the right order so your business can take off. Thank you guys for being here. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you soon.